Hey, we're at Logan High tonight for the game of the week on the Valley Channel as the Grizzlies take on Grantsville in a Region 12 showdown. Eric Olson along with you on this January Friday evening in the Great White North. Well, Great Brown North this winter, I would say, but always beautiful here in Logan, Utah. The Grizzlies are 1-14, 1-2 in Region 12. Just got their first win of the season last week against Ogden. Grantsville is the fourth-ranked team in 3A. They're 8-6, 1-2 in region. They've got a little bit of a losing streak going on. They lost 2 in a row after winning 6 straight, have the Cowboys, and so the Grizzlies hoping to make that 3 straight losses for Grantsville and get back to 500 in region play. Logan, as we mentioned, had their first win last Friday. That was at Ogden. Sade Nenby back in action after missing a year with an Achilles tear. 13 points in that ball game. Braden Olson with 12. Lance Udy with 11. And Ethan Woolley with 10. Well, and then they lost on Wednesday at American Heritage. They made 9 3-pointers in that game. Woolley led the way with 16. Rose and Clayton had 13 apiece, with Nenby with 9. They ended up having a tough fourth quarter and losing a game that was close all the way through against a very good American Heritage team. But here's the problem for the Grizzlies. It's been a problem all season long. Inexperience, number 1. Injuries, number 2. I just mentioned Sade Nenby, 6'8", 230 pounds. The kid has got a D1 body. The kid has got some skills. Before he was injured last year, 16 points a game, 6 rebounds, almost 2 blocks and a steal per game, and 2 assists per game. He was sorely missed. He comes back for 2.5, 2 3/4 games, and then he tweaks that Achilles again, and he is not out here warming up tonight. He did not practice yesterday. They don't know the extent or the severity of that injury, hoping that it's just maybe a little bit of a tweak and just maybe it's still a little bit sore and that it's not torn again. They don't think that it is, and they hope maybe they can get him back for this stretch run, but they will be without him just when they got him back. And Lance Udy was the 6-foot transfer from Ridgeline. He had to sit out a bunch of games because he transferred over. He had just started playing again and was playing well, and then he got injured. So we won't be seeing him tonight either. They call him Coach Scablin's calling him Udy the point guard of the future, but we will not see Udy or Nenby tonight. Ethan Woolley is the guy that makes this offense go. He was the third option last year and took advantage of it. This year, he's been the number 1 option, which means he's been the number 1 target for defending teams. And so it's something that he's had to work through, the young junior, going from a guy that got buckets because somebody else was taking a lot of the pressure off to being the guy that always has the pressure on him. And he's done a pretty good job of that so far this season, averaging 14 points per ball game. Braden Olson helping out with 10.5 and 3 rebounds per game, but this is a young team. They've got a couple of seniors that see time, and the rest are juniors. And there's really no substitute for experience, and that's something that they're getting it, and it's kind of been a painful experience for them this year. And one of Coach Matt Scablin's challenges is keeping them engaged this year and keeping them engaged down the stretch. Grantsville, we mentioned, they are 9-6. Number 4 in 3A, losers of 2 in a row after winning 6 straight. They come into the game averaging about 54 points a game, giving up 51. So the games that they've won been a little bit close. They have a guy that has Matt Scablin and Logan's attention. Dresden Jensen, 6'8", plays for Grantsville. He is a rebounding machine, one of the top rebounders in 3A. In fact, one of the top in the entire state. And as a team, Grantsville really, they eat the glass. When you look at the stats for this team, even the guards all the way down, those kids are all hitting the glass and rebounding, which means you're going to be one and done a lot if you're the opposing team, if you can't be tough and physical on the glass. Coach Scablin telling me they are a physical team. That's one thing I've noticed about them. We have to be able to step up and stand up to that physicality and be just as physical on our own. When I ask him about his team, he says, the players that I really, really think have done well, the entire junior class, he said, as a whole, they're coming along. We're building something. We're really trying to build something. And then he mentioned a couple other kids. One of those kids that we're going to see tonight that we didn't see in our last game was Hayden Rose. Rose has had some injury problems as well. He didn't get a lot of playing time last year. And then in varsity, there was a couple players that were in the rotation that got hurt. He talked to Coach Scablin, talked to his junior varsity coach and said, hey, who do we put into the rotation? Who do we bring up? And they said, Hayden Rose, that's the kid. He comes in, he plays, he's in the rotation in the varsity game that night, hits 4 out of 5 threes, and he stayed in the rotation ever since. He's missed a couple of games this season, more than a couple, with some injuries of his own, but now he's kind of working through it and playing through it. One of those injuries, they're not really sure what it is. Kind of maybe think it's an oblique or something like that. It's bothered him. He's missed some time with it, but now he's just decided, hey, I better gut it out, and he's going to try to gut it out down the stretch, and he's played pretty well on Wednesday night. So we're getting ready for the national anthem here at Logan High School at the Grizzly Den. Logan getting set to take on Grantsville. One other thing to mention about Logan, I took a look at their schedule and their opponents. Well, they played in their non-region. Well, let's count the region as well, because there were 2 ranked teams in region, but they played against 5 teams that were ranked in the top 5 in their respective classifications in their non-region schedule. They were all 4A or 5A teams other than Carbon. And then they also played number 1 Morgan a week or 2 ago, and American Heritage was number 5, 65% winning percentage for their opponents. All right, it's time for the national anthem here at the Den. We're at Logan High School tonight in the Grizzly Den, where the Grizzlies get set to host Grantsville, the number 4 team in 3A. Grantsville 8-6. Logan comes in at 1-14. We're going to go through the starting lineups here really quickly. Colton Dong, 6'1" senior for Grantsville, will join Jackson Jensen, another senior, at 6'2". Dresden Jensen, 6'8" senior, 15 points, 9 rebounds per game. Brigham Moritzen also getting the start, number 32. Moritzen just a sophomore. And Cole Sparks, the senior, 13 points a game. Round out the starting five for the Grantsville Cowboys. They've lost 2 in a row after winning 6 straight, so they're wanting to get back on the winning track, and Logan wants to hand them their 3rd loss in a row. Max Clayton, 8 points, a rebound, and an assist per game for the 6-foot senior. He's joined by Hayden Rose. Rose is a 6'3" senior, 3 points and a rebound. Ethan Woolley at 6'5", a junior, 14 points, 2 boards, 2 assists per game. Jules Kano is a 5'9" junior, averages a bucket per game. He'll get the start at point tonight with the injury to Lance Udy. And Graydon Olson, the 6'4" junior, 10.5 points, 3 boards per game for big number 24. He will get the assignment of guarding Dresden Jensen, the big guy that averages 15 and 9 for Grantsville. Jensen eats glass for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. One of the top rebounders in 4A. You'll be able to see when they get in there the difference. Hayden Rose at 6'3" is going to jump center. With Jensen, you can see the size difference. Rose is 6'3". Jensen listed out at 6'8". Well, he's listed at 6'7" on this roster that I have here, but I've been told that he's 6'8", which is usually different. Usually you're told, oh yeah, he's on the roster at 6'8", but he's really only 6'6". This one they've got him rostered at 6'7", and they say 6'8". Jensen taps it over to Kano. The Grizzlies control the tap. Man defense look from Grantsville as Logan rotates it around the perimeter. The Grizzlies taking their time. The JV game went into overtime, and the Logan JV team winning that ball game as Woolley leans in, puts it up, misses, rebounded out of there by Dong, Colton Dong. Looking down low to Jensen. They come from the backside and blitz him. He gets rid of it. Shot from the right-hand side on the way and good. By Crew Allred. I said that Sparks was starting. It's Allred. Number 20. Olsen comes and sets the pick for Rose. Back out to Woolley. Steps around, hits a 3. Ethan Woolley ties it up with 6:40 to play in the first period. Knotted up at 3 here, Logan. Here's a turnover. Steal by Rose. Rose has a man on his hip, and he's fouled on his way in. Jackson Jensen picks up the first foul of the ball game. Rose with the steal, he'll go to the free throw line. Rose steps in and hits the first. Woolley, the only man on the free throw line for Logan, as Rose misses the second. Rebounded out of there by Moritzen. Jackson Jensen leaves it underneath for Dresden and puts it up and in. Dresden Jensen with his first bucket of the night. Five for Grantsville. We've played 2 minutes here at Logan. Underneath, Kano gets away, kicks it out to Graydon Olson, fakes the 3, drives in on the big guy, up and under move. And it's a good move as he connects. 6-5 Logan, 5:45 to play in the first period. Pressure at midcourt for the Grizzlies. Jensen to Jensen. Crew Allred's a freshman, number 20. He has the ball. He hit the first shot. He was fouled, and they call it. It was a little bit of a late whistle. The official on the far side closest didn't blow the whistle. This one here on this near side did. They called on Kano. That's his first and the Grizzlies' first. And the freshman goes to the free throw line. Allred with 4 points and another free throw on the way. We're tied at 6. He breaks the tie. And the seesaw first quarter continues with 5:25 to play. It's 7-6 Grantsville. Woolley had a look at a three if he wanted it when he first got the ball and decided against it. And now we're on the near side with it. High post to Rose, and he drops it. First turnover for the Grizzlies. That's an area of emphasis for Coach Scablin. Taking care of the ball. They average 18 turnovers per game. Morrison gets his own rebound. Down low, knocked away from Jensen and out of bounds. They stay at this end with 32 on the shot clock. 7-6 Grantsville. Three on the way and good by Jackson Jensen. 2 3-pointers in the first 3.5 minutes of this first quarter for Grantsville, and they lead 10-6. Woolley loses it out of bounds. Another unforced turnover. The Grizzlies share the ball well. They average 13 assists per game, but again, they're giving it up 18 times. Rose goes for the steal, doesn't come up with it. And Jackson Jensen waits for Dresden Jensen to come through underneath. They kick it back out front to Morrison. Morrison, short corner, won't go. Rebounded by Woolley. He's bumped out of bounds and then saves it right back in. Never save it under your own basket, under the opponent's basket. And Morrison with a bucket, and it's 12-6 Grantsville. You can see Grantsville plays fast. Rose leaves it short. Nice pass on that baseline from Clayton. And Rose couldn't connect. Grizzlies trying to come up with a stop. Here's a corner three, won't go. Rebounded by Olsen, who had good inside position against Dresden Jensen. Kano in a hurry to the rim, leaves it back out for Hayden Rose. Picked up by Clayton. He's shut off by Morrison, but he turns and puts it in anyway. (12-8) Grantsville, three-quarter court pressure and a 1-2-2 look for the Grizz. As we approach the 3-minute mark of this first period. Both of these teams 1-2 in Region 12. Jensen kicks it back out. Ball's free. Olsen tries to save it back in, can't do it. Man, they reset the shot clock? No, they put it down to 3. Okay, it looked like they'd reset it. I didn't think anybody had it long enough to be reset. So it's 3 seconds on the shot clock, 2:51 on the game clock. Grantsville has it underneath their own basket. They lead by 4, 12-8. Shot clock runs out. It's a turnover for Grantsville. So good job by Logan defensively. I think Grantsville might have been, the players might have been a little confused because as they were getting ready to go out of bounds with that, the shot clock was 35, and then they changed it to 3, which was correct. I'm wondering if they just didn't see that. Sanai Abai into the ball game now for the Grizzlies. Here's Woolley taking the bump, runs into Abai. He'll go to the line. And they call the foul on Jackson Jensen. That's his second, and it's the second team foul. And Woolley goes to the free throw line. He's got a triple. A chance to pull his team to within a bucket. First one short. Gage Moon on the court for the Grizzlies as Woolley hits 1 of 2. The Grizzlies are 2 of 4 from the free throw line and trail by 3 with 2:25 to play in the first period. Abai tries to reach in on Allred. Too much body. And Abai picks up his first second team foul. Morrison's going to handle up out front. Allred looking in, fires for 3, got it. Allred with 7 points in the first period. 3 on the way for the Grizzlies. Jacob Spock into the ballgame, misses, rebounded by Olsen. So the Grizz hitting the boards early. Abai calls for a screen from Woolley, and now instead he takes the handoff. Olsen top of the key, plenty of time, down low, there's Woolley, he's fouled. Reaching in was Coulter Dong. First on Coulter Dong, third team foul. 1:44 to play in the first period, 15-9. Grantsville leading Logan as Woolley misses. Woolley 1 for 3 at the free throw line. He has 4 points, 1 more coming. 6-point lead matches the largest of the ball game for Grantsville. And Woolley hits the second. Here's a turnover. The Grizzlies take it away. Olsen thinks about it. Long 3 and decides against it. High post. Olsen goes to work. Kimber in the ball game, number 13 now. Graydon Olsen's got him on his hip. Olsen working on him on that low block. Turns, kicks it out. Woolley looking at a 3. Spins around and out. Graydon Olsen fights for the rebound. Woolley saves it right back into Morrison. Morrison loses it. There's another turnover for Grantsville. Grizzlies get away with one there. 3 on the way, Woolley. Got it! 8 points for Woolley in the quarter. It's a 2-point ball game. 15-13 with 53 to play. Another steal by the Grizz. Grizz with a chance to tie or take the lead with 45 seconds to play in the first quarter. 27 on the shot clock. Goes out of bounds. Who's it off? Grantsville. Woolley took his eye off the ball as he looked back toward the bench, and Allred, as soon as he did that, jumped in there and tried to swipe it out of there. Woolley, fortunate he was able to catch up and keep Allred from going the other way with it. 15-second difference between the shot and game clock, so Grantsville will get another chance before the end of this period. Spock, 3, won't go. Rebound. Allred takes it away from a ball. A ball pressuring Allred. Allred across the timeline with it. 9 seconds. Out of bounds. Grizzly basketball. 6 turnovers for Grantsville in this first period. The Grizzlies have 2. 7.7 seconds left in the first period. A 2-point ball game, 15-13. Cowboys with the lead. Abai gives it off to Woolley. Olsen back to Abai. 3 seconds. Woolley off the screen. 3 on the way. Rims around and out. Graydon Olsen got run over. He was wondering why that wasn't a foul. Doesn't matter if they don't call it. 15-13. Grantsville leads as we head to the second period on the Game of the Week. Aspen Dental is a Game of the Week sponsor. Do you snore? Well, you don't know because you're asleep, right? But is that significant other that's in there with you and dealing with your snoring, tell you that you snore, and you're wondering how you take care of that. And now you're wondering why you're talking about Aspen Dental and snoring. Well, they have mouth appliances that they can make for you at Aspen Dental that will help you with that snoring. That could be, sleep apnea, other things that are not good for you. So if you can get one of those appliances that helps you with that, helps you breathe a little bit better at night, and cuts down on your snoring, helps your health, helps your relationship, what more do you need? Aspen Dental. They're there in the old Sears building on that northeast corner where the mall used to be. Aspen Dental, check them out at aspendds.com. Aspen Dental of Cache Valley, a Game of the Week sponsor. Entertaining first period, the 2-point lead for Grantsville as we head to the second. Grantsville will have the ball. Woolley with 8 for the Grizzlies. All Red with 7 for Grantsville. All Red looks into Dresden. Dresden Jensen turns in for the first bucket of the second period. And it's 17-13 Grantsville. Rose looks down low for Woolley. Woolley climbs up the ladder, hits the deck. No foul called, and it's saved in bounds by Grantsville. We head the other way. Colt Thomas, number 22, into the ball game now for Grantsville. All Red. Moritzen. Kimber back to Moritzen, and they play catch with it. 10 on the shot clock. Kimber loses it. Picked up by Rose, and he's fouled by Gunnar Kimber. That's 7 turnovers for Grantsville. Grizzlies 3 of 6 from the free throw line in that first period. We'll keep an eye on that and see how they do from the line. They've had a couple of games where they've struggled at the free throw line that would have really made a difference in a couple of those games, but kick ball, side out, Logan. Jensen comes back into the game. Jackson Jensen. Kimber takes a seat. All Red, Thomas, Jensen, and Moritzen for Grantsville. Rose with the ball, gives it off to Clayton. Lets the big guy go by. 3 on the way, short. Rebound taken away from Jensen by Rose. Here's Kano underneath to Olsen. Olsen leaves it short and a foul called. And remember I said earlier, Coach Scavelin said we have to match their physicality. Well, Graydon Olsen understands the assignment. I don't know if he was looking for the shot on that one so much as he was just beating the tar out of Brigham Moritzen. And Moritzen, the sophomore, didn't like the call because he's saying, what am I supposed to do? The guy is throwing shoulders and pounding. He said, I'm just trying to hang in there. And Coach Stace Riding is making the same argument. Graydon Olsen hits both free throws. He has 4 points. It's a 2-point ball game, 17-15 Grantsville. His press has paid dividends for Logan tonight. 7 turnovers for Grantsville. And two or three of those coming as a result of that press. Moritzen cross court to Jensen. Dangerous pass, but Jensen comes up with it. All Red, long 3. He's been hot. He's cooling down on that one. Graydon Olsen with the rebound. Woolley to Kano. Kano slips, goes back to Woolley. Kano, the only starter that hasn't scored for the Grizz. Down low, Olsen thought that Clayton was going to cut to the hoop. Clayton stopped, and Olsen threw it out of bounds for turnover number 3 for the Grizz. Kano takes a seat and a bye back into the ball game. Kano 5'9", a bye 5'7", so the Grizzlies short on that front line, and Morrison steps out. A bye steps in front of him, takes the contact, and Morrison steps out of bounds. Turnover number 8 for Grantsville. And if you're the Cowboys, that's something you're going to talk about at halftime. Olsen, high post, gives it back to Woolley. Woolley to the rim, lay it up and in. $10 for Woolley. He's in double figures and he ties the ball game. Allred loses it for a moment, and that should be a foul, and it is. Clayton reached in and picks up his first foul. Clayton threw his head back, not because he didn't agree with the call, but because he knew he got caught. Maybe, I don't know, no basketball player ever fouled anybody. Out of bounds, off of Grantsville. Thomas had it knocked away. Clayton will take a seat. Spock replaces him. Clayton sits. He's got a bucket. As I mentioned, every starter has scored except for Kano. Nobody scored off the bench for the Grizzlies. Woolley reaches back, can't get it to go. A lot of contact. No foul called, and that's been pretty common here tonight. Allred down the lane, leaves it off for Dresden Jensen, and he knows what to do with it. 6 for Jensen. As he breaks the tie, it's 19-17 Grantsville. 4.5 to play in the first half. Woolley down low to Spock. He comes across, he hits the deck. And Morrison picks up the foul. Brigham Morrison, the sophomore, his first. That's his third team foul. And Spock will go to the free throw line. The Grizzlies have enjoyed an advantage at the free throw line tonight. This is the 9th and 10th free throws of the first half for the Grizzlies. Grantsville has only shot a pair. Rose takes a seat. Gage Moon comes into the ball game. Morrison sits down for Grantsville. Spock makes them both. Here's that press. Timeout, Grantsville. 4:19 to play in the first half. We're tied at 19 at the Grizzly Den. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Hey, we talk all about the old grist bread mill. Yeah, here on the Game of the Week. They're one of our Game of the Week sponsors. They have multiple locations. Bakery with sandwiches, bread, cookies, and they have a rewards club. Join your rewards club, get a free cookie. Every time you buy something, you earn more toward your rewards, and it doesn't matter what they have for rewards there. If it's coming from the Old Grist Mill, you know it's going to be good. They got multiple locations. Old Grist Mill, a Game of the Week sponsor. Tied up at 19. Ball goes off the leg of Jackson Jensen, and it's another turnover. 9 now for Grantsville. Woolley as they move the ball around the perimeter. And the Grizz are going to set it up again. Gage Moon was down in that left corner. He wanted the basketball. Woolley has 10 to lead all scorers. He's looking for 13. He's got it. (13) for Woolley. And the Grizzlies with a 3-point lead, 22-19, 3.5 to play in this first half. Allred drives baseline. Ball may have been tipped by Spock. Coming in from the left side and laying it up too hard was Gage Moon. Rebound taken away as Moon comes up with it. Moon misses, gets it back. Turns, puts it up, misses again. Caleb Atkinson, number 10, the sophomore in the ballgame now for Grantsville. Coach Riding looking for somebody that's not going to turn the ball over. As the Cowboys have 9 turnovers, they trail by 3 with 2:45 to play in the half. 22-19 Logan. Jensen's 3 on the way, and Jackson Jensen ties it up. 2 buckets, both of them 3-pointers for Jackson Jensen. And we're tied at 22 with 2.5 to play in the half. Abai takes a 3 of his own. Too hard. He got back on defense. If he follows his shot, he maybe gets his own rebound, but he shot it and ran back. And now Grantsville with a chance to take the lead back. They got a foul underneath. Reaching in. Spock, his hand caught in that cookie jar. Clayton and Rose back into the ball game. Abai, Spock, and Moon come out. Kano comes back in as well. Out front, they go to the sophomore who hands it back off to Jackson Jensen. 3 on the way, straight away, good by Jackson Jensen. He's got 3 buckets, all 3 from distance, and it's a 3-point lead for Grantsville. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Grizzlies trailed by 6 early, came back and then got a 3-point lead. Now they trail by 3. Here's Graydon Olson. In close, he knows what to do. 6 points for Olson. 1-point Grantsville lead at 25-24, 90 seconds left in the first half. Here's a turnover. Jackson Jensen wanted a foul. He's not going to get it. Kano out to Woolley, looking at a 3, likes what he sees. Woolley with 16 first half points, and it's a 2-point Grizzly lead. Logan just getting their hand in the passing lane all night long. Here's Clayton, a lot of contact. What are they going to call? Allred had set up down under the basket, but they said nope. He was still moving, so Allred picks up the foul, his first, and Clayton goes to the free throw line. 4th team foul for Grantsville. Again, the Grizzlies enjoying a significant advantage at the free throw line for shots attempted, but they can't convert. This will be free throw 11 and 12 in this first half as Clayton makes 1 of 2. Well, I guess they're 8 of 12. At one point they had missed more than they had made. 3-point lead for the Grizz, 28-25, 40 seconds to play in the first half. Allred drives baseline, has it knocked away and a foul called on Rose. His first, 3rd team foul. Reset the shot clock. There's 2.8 seconds difference between the shot and game clock. 35 versus 37.8. Jackson Jensen launches a 3. He's been hot and he cools off with that one. The littlest guy on the court, Kano, comes up with it. I don't know if he's the littlest. Because Caleb Atkinson, number 10, the sophomore for Grantsville, he's not super tall himself. There they are. They're about the same size. 8 seconds. Woolley with it. They blitz him. Down low they go to Olson. Turn, fire, miss. Ball knocked out of bounds, and that's the shot clock. It hit the back of the, that hit the rim. You can't call a shot clock violation. That hit the rim. That hit the rim. The officials are calling shot clock violation, and now they're talking about the ball did hit the rim. Now they got to figure out who it went out of bounds off of. I'm not sure any of them saw it. Do they go to a jump ball? If they do, then Logan gets it. Well, you can't leave that as a shot clock violation. All right, 1.2. Allred fires at the buzzer. And the Grizzlies take a lead into the half, 28-25. Entertaining first half here on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. back at the Den on the campus of Logan High School on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Eric Olson along with you as we get started with the second half here. Logan leads 28-25 over Grantsville. Grantsville, a pile of turnovers in that first half. Braden Olson turns and misses. I'm sure the Cowboys talked about that in the locker room at halftime. Ethan Woolley with 16 in the first half to lead all scorers. He averages 14 per ball game. So he had a big first half. And 11 turnovers for Grantsville. A lot of those caused by Logan's pressure. They had like a three-quarter court press going on. Three on the way, won't go for the Cowboys. Moritzen misses, and Woolley comes up with a rebound. It's taken away by Moritzen. Grizzlies with only 4 turnovers. Now Grantsville with 5 as they give it, or 12 as they give it right back. Kick to the corner. 3 on the way from Woolley. Good! Ethan Woolley with 19. And he's feeling it tonight. Biggest lead of the game for the Grizzlies, 31-25. And Kano fouls Jackson Jensen. Kano second. And Jensen turning around to the official and saying that happens every time. And the Grizzlies are being very aggressive. They're reaching, they're kind of coming up the backside and kind of trying to swat through and take it away. Nice little entry pass from Jensen into Jensen. And Dresden Jensen will go to the free throw line after he's fouled. Clayton second, and 2 quick fouls on the Grizzlies. And Grantsville will go to the line. The Grizzlies had a big advantage at the free throw line in the first half. They were 8 of 12, 1 of 2 for Grantsville. Dresden Jensen with 7 as he hits the first. Now 8 as he hits them both. 9 for Jackson Jensen to lead the way, 7 for Crew Allred. 8 for Dresden Jensen, 2 for Morrison, and that's it for Grantsville. Woolley to Kano for 3. Rims around and out. Rebound taken away by Jensen. We mentioned the 16 for Woolley, 6 for Graydon Olson, 3 for Max Clayton, 1 for Hayden Rose, 2 for Jacob Spock. 4-point ball game and another foul as they let a lot of stuff go in the first half. That whistle probably wasn't blown in the first half. Now here in the second half, it looks like maybe they're going to tighten it up a little bit. And we'll see who that benefits, because Grantsville is a physical team, and Logan's been playing very physical tonight as well. So we'll see who that hurts and who that benefits. That's Rose's second foul. 3rd team foul already. We haven't played 2 minutes for Logan. Jensen misses the first, hits the second. So Jensen in double figures with 10. That's Jackson Jensen. Kano to Rose. Misses. Gets his own rebound. Woolley out front. He's been hot. He stays hot. Woolley's feeling it. 22 for Woolley. And that's 6 3-pointers. That basket is a mile wide for number 21 right now. Back out to a 6-point lead for the Grizzlies. 5:45 to play in the third period. Allred steps into the middle, loses it. Olson knocks it away, and then we're going to get a foul. Oh, goodness. All right, we see how it's going to be here for this second half. As the Grizzlies quickly up to 4 team fouls. The Grizzlies got the whistles in that second quarter. And the officials, I'm sure, heard about it. Now they're going to hear about it from the Grizzlies bench. Ball knocked away. Moritzen picks it up all the way in. Miss, rebound, Woolley. Takes it down, and it's taken away from him by Dong. Jensen to Jensen. A lot of contact, no whistle this time. Allred loses it, gets it back. And Grantsville sets it up. Moritzen fakes left, goes right. Jackson, Jensen, airballs a 3. So the biggest development of this third period, I think, is the foul situation. Next foul on Logan, and it'll be free throws the rest of the way for Grantsville. And we're not even halfway through the third period. Woolley in the corner to Clayton. Clayton dribbles through traffic, stops, pops, misses. Ball goes out of bounds off of Kano. Coach Matt Scablin wants a timeout with 4:52 to play in the third. 34-28. Grizzlies lead Grantsville by 6. Well, it's felt like spring all winter, all over Utah. So that might have you thinking about what you want to do with your lawn and garden already. If you're wondering about what you might want to do or trying something new, Anderson Seed and Garden's the place to go. Check out their website, andersonseedandgarden.com. They've got their seed collections. They've got 2026 garden classes you can sign up for. Their 2026 their seed catalog for the 2026 growing season. They've got it all. Shop for all your seeds to get them in the ground in springtime. They've got a 5-step lawn program that's fantastic, actually. Right there on their website, andersonseedandgarden.com, or head down to Historic Center Street and go visit Mark Anderson and the gang at Anderson Seed and Garden, a Game of the Week sponsor. Other games tonight: Stansbury's at Mountain Crest, Skyview's at Bear River, Deseret Peaks at Ridgeline, Tooele at Green Canyon. Grizzlies keep that pressure up. Grantsville has not taken care of the ball tonight. The Grizzlies have. The Grizzlies have done a good job hitting the boards as well. Grantsville, a very good rebounding team, and the Grizzlies have worked hard to keep up with them there. Jensen doubled, gives it up to Allred. 5 on the shot clock. Back out to Jensen, straight away. Back into big guy, Dresden Jensen, and Graydon Olson with the foul. I'm telling you, the whistle's completely different here in the third. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm telling you it's completely different. The first half, they let a lot of stuff go. It was a physical first half. They have called it tight as tight here in the first 4 minutes of this second half, and the Grizzlies are in the penalty. Grantsville yet to commit a foul. Dresden Jensen hit his first 2 free throws, and he misses that one. He's got 8 points. Misses them both. Rebounded by Rose. Woolley, heat check, red hot. 3 buckets here in the third for Woolley, all 3 from beyond the arc. 25 points for Ethan Woolley. 9-point lead for the Grizz, and 1 as another foul called on Logan. They call that one on Rose, his third. 5 fouls the entire first half against Logan. They've called 6 in 4 minutes and 5 seconds here in the second half, and Allred with a chance at a 3-point play to try to stop the bleeding a little bit for Grantsville. Misses. Rebound fought for. Kano comes up with it. Allred with 9. The freshman's played a good ball game for the Cowboys. Kano scoops it back out to Moon. 3 on the way, and good by Max Clayton. 3s are falling for the Grizzlies tonight. 4 field goals, all of them triples here in the third quarter for the Grizzlies. They lead by 10. Jackson Jensen throws it to nobody. Save back in bounds. Nice hustle by Dresden Jensen. Then Clayton takes it away from Allred. Clayton to the rim. And 1. Clayton with 8. He'll go to the line and try to make it a 13-point lead. Kano heads to the bench, and Abai comes onto the court. Walks over to Ethan Woolley and says, dude, slap me 5. I need some of that heat. And they both kind of smile and chat with each other. Ethan Woolley should be smiling. He's having himself a ball game. Free throw won't go. Rebounded by the big guy, Dresden Jensen. 3 minutes to play in the third period, 42-30. Logan leading Grantsville. Down low, Dong gets it, puts it up and in. Coulter Dong averages a bucket a game, and there it is. He averages 3 rebounds, though. As we mentioned, Grantsville a good rebounding team, even their guards. Hit the glass. The Grizzlies take a timeout. They lead by 10. 2:42 to play in the third period. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Hey, we talked about thinking about your lawn and garden in our last break. We were talking about Anderson's Seed and Garden. Well, maybe you have a fencing project, right? Maybe you want to put a fence around. Maybe you've got some property or you got your yard. You need to get that fence in. Who are you going to call? Well, you should be calling Custom Fence. They've been crafting quality fences for commercial and residential spaces for decades. They have tailored fencing options. They operate in 15 states, so they can do big and small projects. Go online for a quote at customfence.com. Custom Fence, a Game of the Week sponsor. The Grizzlies firing on all cylinders here in this third period. 14-7. They've outscored Grantsville, even though the Grizzlies have gotten into foul trouble here in this period. 6 fouls on the Grizz, 1 and the Cowboys. 3 on the way, won't go, and a rebound foul, another one on the Grizzlies. It is a tight whistle for the Grizz. Gage Moon picks up his first. And that's free throws at the other end. The Grizzlies enjoyed a large advantage at the free throw line in the first half. So before you start feeling too badly about them, it was a 12-2 free throw discrepancy in that first half, as Jensen misses the first. It's 9 free throws here in the third so far for Grantsville. None, or 1 for the Grizzlies that they missed. So it's close to even now from the free throw line. Jensen hits the second. He's hit 2 out of 4 from the free throw line. And Grantsville's hit 4 out of 9, 5 out of 10. Woolley gets bumped, loses it out of bounds as he tries to get it off to Clayton, and they say it was knocked out by Grantsville. Got a loud contingent of Grizzly students right down in front of me, probably here during this game, even though it's been a rough season for the Grizz. Their student section shows up. Abai lobs it in to Olsen, and they turn it over on the inbounds play. Not a bad idea. The execution left something to be desired. 9-point Grizzly lead with 2 minutes to play. All red 3. Got it. All red with 12, and he cuts the lead back down to 6. So the Grizzlies trying to settle it down after a little 6-0 run by Grantsville. Abai to Clayton. High post, he looks for some help, now he backs it out. 13 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Moon, underneath, Clayton gets free. $10 for Max Clayton. Here's a steal by Woolley as he knocks down the pass and takes it away, and Abai loses it out of bounds. Chance to make it a 10-point lead again, and Abai just couldn't handle it. 7th turnover for the Grizz. With this pressure has given Grantsville fits tonight. They get it in finally to Jackson Jensen. All the way in, misses, Rebound put back, won't go. And then Gage Moon knocks it out of bounds as he battles with the big guy, Dresden Jensen. So Grantsville will trigger in underneath their own bucket with 1:08 to play here in this third period. Allred's been hot. This one's short. Rebound, easy does it for Abai as he takes it off the floor. Clayton, he's feeling it. They shut him off. Braden Olson wants to get in on this act. Misses. Rebounded by Moon. Out to Clayton. 3 on the way. Rims around and out. Rebound fought for. The possession arrow belongs to Grantsville. So the Grizz hitting the boards. Grantsville down by 8. They've trailed by as many as 12. The Grizzlies have trailed by as many as 12. It's been a game of runs. Dresden and Jackson Jensen on the floor along with Allred. Abai just about takes it away. Kimber, who is number 13, and Dong, who just passed it out. 3 on the way from Allred. This one's short. Skying up for the rebound is Woolley. Here's Clayton. Jensen's back, though. Good hustle by Dresden Jensen to get back and prevent an easy layup for the Grizzlies. Shot clock's off, 15 seconds to play in this third period. Foul out front. Only the second foul of the period by Jensen. And he and Woolley are talking to each other. Woolley points at the scoreboard. Now they're both laughing. Woolley says, go sit down. And if you're Jackson Jensen, maybe you're feeling pretty good about yourself. You go, hey, I got him to answer me. Now he's going to think about me. We'll see how Woolley responds. 44-36, Logan, 11.7 to play in the third. Clayton, it's been hot. This one no good. Braden Olson with the rebound. Loses it, gets it back to Clayton, and he can't get a shot off before the end of the quarter. Good quarter for the Grizzlies. 16-point quarter for the Grizzlies. Only 11 for Grantsville, and it's 36-44. Logan leading as we head to the fourth on the game of the week. Cache Valley's most trusted name in hearing aids. It's Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. The other most trusted name in hearing aids in Cache Valley is Paul Daines. Paul Daines is a doctor of audiology, board certified in audiology. He'll customize a hearing improvement program to meet your unique requirements because they're not all the same for everybody. So whatever they are, he'll custom a plan for you. Call for an appointment, let them show you that you don't have to miss out on hearing the joys of life any longer. Visit them at cachehearing.com. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, a Game of the Week sponsor. Well, Logan, 8 minutes away as they try to put together another good quarter. Logan's been pretty consistent, 13, 15, and 16 in their scoring. 15, 10, and 11 for Grantsville. Boy, what's going on? Coach Scablin got a tee. So the ball goes out of bounds right in front of Coach Scablin. Allred was going for it. Coach Scablin reaches out. He reached out and looked like he reached out to kind of dribble that ball back up, and he ended up bumping into Allred. And they call a tech on Coach Scablin. This will be interesting. And he definitely made contact. He and Crew Allred, because Allred was kind of going for the ball, but the ball had bounced. The ball bounced out of bounds. It was clearly out of bounds right in front of Coach Scablin, and he reached for it. As he reached for it, He kind of reached forward and reached for it, and he ran into Allred. They bumped into each other. Allred ran into him, and they call Coach Skablin for the technical. And Allred misses the first free throw. This game is getting heated. I mean, already gets bumped on it, and he looks at the coach and he says, "What are you doing?" And coach said, "Hey, I was gonna get that ball." Coach Riding called his players over to the bench immediately, which was a good move by him and didn't escalate it. 1 out of 2 for Allred. Grantsville with the ball. Dresden Jensen doubled. Gets it back to Dong, who misses. Rebound fought for and taken down by Spock. 7-point ball game. Logan with the lead, 44-37. 7:20 to play. See if the Grizzlies can hang on. Grantsville desperately in need of a win as they've lost 2 in a row. 3 on the way from Rose. Got it! Peyton Rose makes it a 10-point ball game, and what do we have now? A whistle on the inbound. (47-37) our score, and before the ball was thrown in bounds. The official stops and he comes to the scorer's table. Moritzen comes back in. Jackson Jensen comes back in as well for Grantsville. We're not sure what that stoppage was for, but we're back underway here, and here's that pressure. Kano knocks it away from Moritzen. They just get it across the timeline before a 10-second call. Allred, nice ball fake, gets to the middle. Back out to Thomas, his 3, good. Colt Thomas with his first bucket off the bench. And it's back to a 7-point Logan lead, 47-40. Logan averaging 47 points per game as they turn it over here on the season and giving up 65. In region play, they average 55 points a game, give up 64. Grantsville averages 47 in region play, gives up 53. Thomas tipped that one to himself. 2 Grizzlies got a hand on that. It ends up in Moritzen's mitts. Allred down the lane. Here's Thomas. Hit this first one, hits the second one. Colt Thomas found his spot. It's a 4-point ball game. 6 minutes to play. Logan hanging on to the lead. Olsen fouled as he hits the deck. Thomas looks like he's going to get rung up. His first, and he pleads his case. Both teams with 1 team foul apiece. Jacob Woolley hasn't really touched the ball since he and Jensen were John. Inside, Graydon Olsen hooks it up and in. I was interested to see how Woolley would respond to that conversation he had with Jackson Jensen. Thomas from the other side. Throws up the air ball, but it goes out of bounds off of Graydon Olsen's shoulder. He had good position, but it was an air ball and goes under the rim and hits him right in the shoulder and kicks out of bounds. Colt Thomas has been checking Woolley on the defensive end the last couple of possessions. And see if that's maybe what Coach Riding brought him in for. Stace Riding, his second year, he's 20-19. Coach Skablin also in his second year, 8-31, trying to turn around a program that the last 2 or 3 years has struggled. Here's the lob into the big guy, Jensen. Dresden Jensen climbs the ladder, he has 10. 4-point ball game again, 5:20 to play. Logan with the lead, Abai Has it taken away. Allred is fouled. Spock's not going to give it up. And he picks up his second foul. Logan now with 9 turnovers. 6 turnovers in the second half for Logan. Only 3 for Grantsville. Grantsville, though, with 14 on the night. Timeout on the floor. 5:15 to play here at Logan High. It's a 4-point ball game. Logan leading. Grantsville making a move on the game of the week. Hey, you're feeling a little bit hungry? Well, head over to Wendy's. They've got the new biggie deals, $4, $6, $8. Pick and choose the deal that's best for you. They have a $4 biggie bites, the $6 biggie bag, or the $8 biggie bundle, a couple of sandwiches, junior fries, and a small drink with that $8 one, a sandwich and nuggets, small drink and a junior fry with a $6 and just a sandwich and the chicken nuggets with that $4 one, but you can't beat that. $4, $6, and $8. It's the biggie deals at Wendy's. Wendy's, a Game of the Week sponsor. Logan plays Ben Lomond at home on the 21st. That's next week. Then they go to Morgan on the 23rd. Number 1 Morgan, who already beat them last week. Ogden is in here on the 28th. For Grantsville, American Heritage and Ben Lomond are at home, and then they're at Morgan. Free throws coming for Allred. He misses the first. Two of 7 for Allred. Here's a rebound by Grantsville, and a steal by Abai. Laid up, miss it. That was a big one. Two fouls on the Grizzlies, 1 on Grantsville. The third quarter was called pretty tight. The second quarter, they've kind of loosened up again. See if it stays that way. Dresden, nice move to the rim, and then just too hard. I think he was expecting some contact, and he didn't get it. And Colt Thomas is just going to face guard Woolley, and they're going to try to keep the ball away from him. Here's a turnover. Abai throws it away. Moritzen lays it up at the other end. 10 turnovers now for Logan. Moritzen with 4, his first bucket of the second half. It's a 2-point game. 4:20 to play, and they've got to get Woolley involved offensively. This is where Logan's youth and inexperience has hurt them this season. They need to learn to close out a game. And Graydon Olson showing them how it's done. Olson with a 3-pointer. He has 11. Allred turns and scores. $15 for the freshman. 3-point ball game. Abai, baseline, leaves it off. Rose, up and in. 6 for Rose. As we seesaw back and forth. Teams trading buckets. The Grizzlies with the lead. Jensen misses as Graydon Olson fouls. 5-point Grizzly lead, and Dresden Jensen will go to the line. Graydon Olson now with his third. Dresden Jensen from the line is 2 of 4. And he makes the first. $16 free throws here in the second half for Grantsville. Logan has shot 1 free throw in the second half. Logan had a 12-2 advantage in the first half from the free throw line. Jensen makes them both. Jensen with a dozen. It's a 3-point ball game with 3:20 to play. Grizzlies trying to hang on. Clayton, 3. Rims around and out. He was hot there in the third, and then he missed one toward the end of the third, and that one won't go. Chance to tie it up or pull it in 1 for Grantsville. Jensen used the entire rim, but it wouldn't go. Clayton leaves it back off for Rose. Rose leaves it short as the big guy was there to challenge, and then Rose reaches in. Not a good decision, and that's a foul. That's his fourth. And it's a fourth team foul, and again, we're in that situation where Grantsville will have free throws the rest of the way. Grantsville with only one team foul, Logan with 4. 2:40 to play. Logan hanging on to a 3-point lead. They've led by as many as 12. Here's a takeaway. 16 turnovers for Grantsville. 2 here in the fourth. Woolley's going to hand it off to Kano. Rose. They want to look down to Woolley. 2 players checking Woolley, trying to keep the ball out of his hand. There he's got it. 3 players surround him. Somebody's going to be open. Clayton fakes it down the lane. Misses. 2 minutes to play in a 3-point ball game. Logan with the lead. Grantsville with the ball. Logan in a man-to-man defense. Braden Olson with 3 fouls, guarding Dresden Jensen, and Jensen runs him over. Offensive foul. The official didn't even hesitate. Dresden Jensen didn't like the call. That's his first foul. Second team foul for Grantsville. Which team's going to take care of the ball the best here in the last 1:42? Grantsville wants a timeout. Whichever team's going to take care of the ball the best down the stretch will win this basketball game. 54-51. Logan leads Grantsville with 1:42 to play on the game of the week. Hey, are you a musician, or is somebody that you know or love a musician? Well, the place to go for everything musical is KSM Music. Maybe you want to be a musician. Maybe you'd like to learn how to play something. Maybe you play one instrument, so you're already musically inclined, want to learn something else. Well, that's one of the things they do at KSM Music. They do service and repair, they do band and orchestra rentals, pro audio rentals, and they do music lessons, guitar, bass, drums, piano, ukulele. Give them a call or head on in at 50 West, 4th North in Logan, or just go to their website, KSM Music. That's 2 M's in the middle, ksmmusic.com. KSM Music, a Game of the Week sponsor. Oh, they're breaking out Sweet Caroline at the Den. The Grizzlies with the basketball and a 3-point lead. Next foul by Logan will put Grantsville at the free throw line. Grantsville has 3 fouls to give. Turnovers, 10 for Logan, 16 for Grantsville. The Grizzlies have turned it over 3 times in the fourth quarter. Rose gets inside and a whistle and misses the layup. Was it before the shot? No, it was during the shot, and Dresden Jensen called for the foul. And Rose can make it a 2-possession ball game. Aiden Rose, who told the story in the pregame about he was playing JV last year. A couple of the starters before a game told Coach Skablin that they couldn't go. They were kind of dinged up as Olson gets the rebound, puts it back and misses, and then Woolley with the foul. Back to Rose. The coach gets a couple of guys that are dinged up. They couldn't go. He goes to the JV coach and he says, who should we put in the rotation? They told him Hayden Rose. So they put him, a JV player, in the rotation. He's 4 out of 5 from 3 that night, and he's been in the rotation ever since. Here's Allred going to the free throw line. And he misses. He's just a freshman. This will be his 9th free throw. He's missed 6 of 9. He hits that one. It's back to a 3-point ball game. Grantsville wants a timeout. 1:21 to play. Grizzlies with the basketball and a 3-point lead on the game of the week. Well, we talked about the offense and defense for both of these teams. Grizzlies overall 47 points offensively is their average for the season, but they're averaging 55 in region play. They're right at 55. They've been giving up 64. That was mostly because of a blowout against Morgan, and they've only given up 52 here tonight. The opponents for the Grizzlies in the non-conference season, this year they played 5 ranked teams. Their opponents have a 65% winning percentage, 140 and 90. Tough non-region schedule. And Coach Scablin thinks Region 12 is the best region in 3A. He says, yeah, we leave 4A in Region 11. That's tough and kind of up for grabs, and think maybe it'll get a little bit easier. Then we get into that Region 12 in 3A and didn't get any breaks. I don't think he really wants any breaks. He's just trying to put together a winning culture back in place here at Logan. 12 on the shot clock. Kano double. Gets it out to Rose. Back to Olsen. 3 on the way. It's short. Rebound hits the ground, and Jackson Jensen comes up with it. 43 seconds to play in the ball game. With about a 13-second difference between the game and shot clock. 3-point Logan lead. To the Grizzlies, you don't want to foul. Allred, 3, won't go. Rebound, Graydon Olsen. And he's fouled. Allred hit the deck after he shot it, but he was trying to draw the foul. He knew it wasn't good, and so he hit the deck, heads up, trying to draw the foul. 24.9, shot clock's off. Grizzlies need to get it in bounds, and they need to hit their free throws. Kano working against Allred, and Allred fouls him. 22.7. For Allred, his second. Kano, the only starter that hasn't scored for the Grizzlies tonight. He can go to the free throw line to make it a 2-possession game with 22.7 to play. Kano misses a second, rebounded by Rose. Rose is fouled by Allred, his third. Remember, we talked about what a good rebounding team Grantsville is, a very good rebounding team. And the Grizzlies get the big rebound when they need it. 19.4 seconds to play in the ballgame, a 4-point lead, and Rose at the line for 2. Misses the first. This will be free throw number 6 here in the fourth quarter for the Grizzlies. They've hit 2 of them. They've still hit 2. Rebound fought for, and Graydon Olsen knocks Thomas down, going for the free throw. And now we're shooting free throws at the other end. So Rose misses them both. 2 of 6 here in the fourth quarter, and a 4-point game for the Grizzlies. 18 seconds to play, but it is still a 2-possession game, and the Grizzlies will be shooting, both teams will be shooting free throws. Thomas, first free throw of the night, right down the barrel. He's hit 2 3-pointers here at the fourth. Thomas calmly steps in and hits them both. Grantsville timeout with 18 seconds to play. A 2-point Logan lead. The Grizzlies with the ball Will they make their free throws and hang on? Boy, we're going to find out on the Game of the Week. Mountain Crest is playing host to Stansbury tonight. Skyview's at Bear River, Deseret Peak at Ridgeline, and Tooele at Green Canyon. Don't have any scores out of any of those ball games, but Region 11 in 4A has been nuts. Skyview's on top at 6-1. Ridgeline's 5-1. Green Canyon and Mount Crest and Stansbury all 4-3. Logan is 1-2. Grantsville 1-2 in this region. Morgan on top, undefeated in Region 12, and then American Heritage right there with them. Give it into Kano. Kano hangs on, gets out of trouble. Gives it to Rose. Rose back to Clayton. Now they play keep away and run as much as clock as they can, and Woolley is finally fouled. He has not scored here in this fourth quarter. And he has the ability to almost put this ball game away as it gets quiet here in the Den. .26 for Ethan Woolley. It's a 3-point lead, one more to make it a 2-possession ball game. Hits them both. Big players make big plays in crunch time. Jensen's three won't go. Rebounded by Clayton. He tries to dribble out the clock, and he does, and the Grizzlies beat Grantsville 58-54. 27 points by Ethan Woolley. The Grizz improved to 2-2 in Region 12 play. They'll play Ben Lomond here at home next week on Wednesday. Next week, the Game of the Week on the TheValleyChannel goes on the road to Smithfield. We visit Skyview as they play host to Green Canyon in what should be a wild one on Friday the 23rd. We hope you enjoyed the Game of the Week on the TheValleyChannel here tonight. We'll see you next time on the TheValleyChannel.